To the road sector. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable CS, kindly proceed to respond.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, sir. Mr. Speaker, I thank you very much for according me this opportunity to appear before this august House, Mr. Speaker, and for me it's to come back home, albeit sitting in a very unfamiliar territory in this House, Mr. Speaker, but also very historical. This corner, a lot of decisions were made in this corner, Mr. Speaker, and another room behind here. So still gives me great pleasure to be here. It's very emotional for me to come back home. I thank the Honorable Senator of Tana River, who is also my senior colleague in the profession, Mr. Speaker, for this question. I'll go straight to the answer, which is that, Mr. Speaker, national government has constructed 21,556 kilometers of tarmac roads since independence. Mr. Speaker, the following roads totaling 442 kilometers under Tana River County have over the years been upgraded into bitumen standards. Garsen Witu Lamu, which is A7, 30 kilometers in Tana River County. Garsen Hola, Mr. Speaker, which is B89, 95 kilometers. Ukasi Bagle, A3, which is includes Ukasi to Tana River Bridge, is 120 kilometers, Mr. Speaker. Madogo Junction to Hola, A3, 120 kilometers. Mr. Speaker, Kongoni to Garsen, which is 55 kilometers. Junction B8 to Bonji, which is 8 kilometers. Rivatana Bridge and Majengo towards Msalani, which is 4 kilometers. And Hola Town roads, Mr. Speaker, totaling 10 kilometers. Further, the ministry under its implementing agencies, Kura, and Kura, as I've said, Mr. Speaker, annually maintains these roads, starting with the approximately 442 kilometers of the tarmac roads and 727 kilometers of unpaved roads, as indicated in a schedule I've attached and will be seeking to table to this House. And I'm sure it was shared to the House before, but in the end, Mr. Speaker, I'll table the schedule also. Mr. Speaker, if looking at it comparatively, Mr. Speaker, 2% of paved roads are located in Tana River County. Mr. Speaker, if you were to distribute paving of roads fairly, of the 21,556 fairly to every county for the 47 counties, you would need to give around 458 kilometers to every county, while Tana River has 442. So it's within the range of a fair distribution of the roads across the country. Of course, Mr. Speaker, if you look at it critically, Nairobi might get a fair share of its tarmac roads, but it's a smaller county compared to Tana River. So if a principle of equity is applied, then you come to the conclusion that Tana River, West Pokot, Turkana, Wajir, Mandera, Marsabit, Mr. Speaker, fall within, rightly so, as identified by the Commission of Revenue Allocation within the counties that are identified, 14 counties as marginalized in terms of infrastructure development. The government has, however, made efforts in addressing this marginalization by constructing these 442 kilometers of roads, but this is not enough. Mr. Speaker, Tana River County is also a recipient of Equalization Fund. The funds, whenever was dispersed by the board, was used to maintain roads identified by the stakeholders. Again, Mr. Speaker, in the Equalization Fund, Mr. Speaker, Tana River County was allocated around 126 million shillings, Mr. Speaker, to maintain the roads identified by stakeholders, Mr. Speaker, in the county, including through a process managed by the board, Equalization Board. Mr. Speaker, I need to say this, that when equalization fund was dispersed in 2018 for the first time, the county government were unhappy with the disbursement through national government, and they felt that equalization fund should be given to counties so that the counties then can manage. Mr. Speaker, this matter was taken to court. At that point in time, 3.6 billion had been budgeted for equalization fund. The matter went to court, and the court finally determined that it's national government, it's a national equalization fund is a national government fund, and therefore should be administered by the Treasury from the national level. As a result, the roads that were being implemented stalled, and there are two counties whose amount has not been expended properly. So Isiolo and Turkana County. Mr. Speaker, Isiolo County still has a pending amount of almost 256 million to be implement a bridge and a road that had been identified by the stakeholders. I'm just giving a broad perspective of what's happening with the equalization fund, and Turkana the same, Mr. Speaker, with a bridge and a road. Mr. Speaker, in line with the scarce resources available, the ministry will continue giving emphasis on improvement of roadworks and other infrastructure in Tana River and marginalized counties and country as a whole in order to bring much needed development for the betterment of the country. Mr. Speaker, a small part of the Lamu-Garissa road, Mr. Speaker, which is not paved, is passing through Tana River. And Mr. Speaker, we have plans to make sure that this road also is paved.